Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Let's play. I'm TZM, and it has been a long time. I recorded the last episode about 3 months ago, and I put it up just the other day, so I'm going to try to get these out a little more quickly, now that my work schedule has changed around a little bit. It makes it a little easier for me to do things and not be extremely exhausted. When I left off, we had basically just finished everything here in the forest. We are on our way, heading out right now. I wanted to read this sign. It's kind of important. Let's see what it says. I mean, there's a big hole here, so let's check it. Forest folk shall not leave these woods. What does this guy have to say?
We Kokiri will die if we leave the forest. You're not going to try to leave the forest, are you?
Now, before you beat the Deku Tree, this guy would actually be guarding your way out. You couldn't leave here. Now, you could leave by going up into that hole. You might be able to see it right up there, right next to that rock that's suspiciously looking over the cliff there. But that goes to a different area of the game that we don't need to go to right now. It's called the Lost Woods. We will get there eventually, though, because we get to most places eventually. Now, if he's trying to tell us what to go next, well, let's see what she has to say. The Great Deku Tree wanted us to go to visit the princess at Hyrule Castle. Shouldn't we get going? I say we shall. Let's go through this hole and on to adventure! And we've got a scene here. Jeez, Saria, she's kind of creepy when she just pops up like that. Oh, you're leaving. Link's like, I was trying not to surprise you with that. Yeah. She says that she knew that we would leave the forest someday because we're different from her and her friends. Now, the game isn't saying what that means right now, but it is something that will come up later. Link is different. He's special, and not just in the fact that he is courageous in some way and able to defeat the monsters within that are manifested as the curse inside the Deku Tree, but something else is going on about him, and we'll figure that out later. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? Yes, friends forever. Now, that's something that's actually kind of not a thing that is brought up much in this game, but something that comes up in the later games is the fact that the Kokiri they're not what we see them as. We see them as these children that are very elf-like, very much the elves of like kind of Tolkien lore. But they're all children and the pointy ears and everything. They look like what you would see as standard children of Hyruleans. Now, what's interesting to me is in the later games you find out that no, they're not specifically that. They're actually spirits of the forest in some way. And just in this particular game, they look like these children. Because in other games they are the Koroks, or they are some other variation of wood spirits or forest spirits, and that's just how they look in this one. Is the Kokiri is these children, and Saria being one of them. So she says we'll be friends forever, and that might have something to do with the idea of the Kokiri never actually dying. They might be just spirits that are around for as long as can be. Why specifically a fairy is with the Kokiri in this version? Because it doesn't seem like the Koroks or any other version of these creatures, these characters, these spirits require a fairy. It's unknown. It's not something that's brought up later on, but I don't know, it's something that is an interesting part of lore that's never really picked up on, why the fairies even really exist in this way. I feel like when you get out of the lore version of it and you go into a gameplay version of it, the fairy exists specifically so you can have the excuse for the Z targeting. and to have a character that's there to help Link. They had in A Link to the Past, you had the stones you could touch, and you'd be able to talk with Sahasrahla, and he would give you some information on what to do next, or hints in the game. And that's mostly what Navi does, but she's also the target that you're able to use. And the games after that didn't really, besides Majora's Mask that continued using the same engine, the games after that really didn't use any kind of creature or thing for an excuse for the targeting. It was just there. But this was, the first attempt at something like this. It was something new, so they were trying something different there. But I don't think there really is any reason specifically for why the Kokiri need a fairy, but that may be just what the Deku Tree claimed needed to be, or that could have been something that Mito or Mito, however, I'm going to go with Mito because of what Bikun said, could be some fake law he proclaimed and everyone kind of went along with it. It's not known. I mean, the fairies have existed in the games before that. They were used mainly as, like in A Link to the Past, you would keep one in a bottle, and if you died, you would automatically come back to life with a little extra health. This one is a little more generous with that. You can do the same thing. You can find fairies and put them in bottles, and you don't need a net this time. You just need the bottle, and it will return you to full health, where some of the other ones would only do like 5 to 8 stars. Either way, we've got a scene going on here. Saria has been meditating in front of us for the last 5 minutes. Let's see what else she has to say. I want you to have this Ocarina. No, it is not the Ocarina of Time. It's not the titular Ocarina of Time, but it's something like it. It's your training Ocarina. Please take good care of it. I always like the little scene here of whenever you got a new song. It allows you to... You got this little shiny thing and it tells you something went right. It's the Ocarina. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So, you can assign it just like any other item. Also, Link is kind of stuck in this little loop here of staring at his Ocarina. You never really see this go on for too long, just because it's like, hey, you learn the song, then usually he kind of drops his arms and goes back to his standard look. You can play different notes. Oh, playing the songs is going to be fun using a controller that is not the original controller, I can tell. When you play my Ocarina, I hope you will think of me and come back to the forest to visit. And this is kind of a weird moment of acting where Link seems like he doesn't know what to say, and then just runs away. And it's not just because Link's mute. He doesn't speak, but it is a kind of a fun little thing of like a child wouldn't know what to say in this kind of situation. Like, hey, I'm leaving, I've got things going on, I've got a reason to go. And does the awkward step back and take off. And that's not a type of animation you see too often in this game. Well, this is the main field. It is the Hyrule Field. It is a big area, and we're going to meet an important character here coming up. The owl. Now, this owl can be a source of frustration for some people. He repeats himself, and then you might accidentally hit the button and continue to let him repeat himself. But right now, he is just kind of giving you a heads up of where to go. And he, I believe, only exists in the child timeline. Ooh, spoilers. But he's kind of a guide. He's got gigantic eyebrows. It appears the time has finally come for you to start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged, even during the toughest of times. Go straight this way and you will see Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess there. If you are lost and don't know which way to go, look at the map. The areas you've explored will be shown on the map. Press start to enter the subscreen and ZNR to find the map. On the map subscreen, you will also see a flashing dot showing you which way you should go next. Did you get all that? Yes. Alright then, if I'd accidentally hit no, he would set all that again. I'll see you around, hoot hoot hoot. And he flies off. Now, if I remember correctly, if you can get the camera right, you can actually, well, they might have covered it up with the wall there. But you would be able to watch him fly away. All the way, and then he'll eventually disappear, but not yet. And this is kind of a tricky part of the game. The game, when you are in the overworld here, and in some areas of the game, mostly the overworld, and then some areas like Lon Lon Ranch over there, the game has a time that's going, and it's going pretty quickly, actually. I might not make it in time. Might have let that owl talk to me too long. And if you spend too much time... Ah, good. Made it in time. If you spend too much time, it becomes nighttime, if you notice. See, I made it just in time. And, oh, hey guys. Those guys come out at night. Now, they don't spawn inside this specific area right here, but they will spawn outside the castle walls there. And those are Stall children. They will attack you. And that's why they say it's not good for you to be out at night. And the game with this night and day, which only lasts for a few minutes each version, for night or for day, also has different states of the world. If you go into an area such as a town or a temple, time stops. So if I say go into Castletown here, we will be in the night version of Castletown. Now the day version is different. See, now I can't even go back to that spot there. There's another area I can go into in a bit that'll allow me to change the time, but that's not something I want to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and break these boxes. Come on. Because we'll be able to start a kind of pseudo side quest, one of the main side quests of the game, by breaking one of these boxes over here. But right now, I want to get a little bit of money. Because in a little bit, I'm going to need to get up to 40 rupees, and these little crystals right here are rupees. The green ones are 1, blue ones are 5, etc. And this place is actually one of the best places to get it. Get this money. I think I needed 45. It might be 50. I don't remember. Okay, well, I know the box I need to hit is over here. Hey, you hear that sound? That means I did something right. See? Another gold skeletal. I already had a few in the Deku tree, and here's another one. And I would have to see how many that brings my total to. Let's see here. See, it was saying where the flashing lights are. That is where I need to go next. So right now I'm heading to the castle, and then I also need to go to right there, Lon Lon Range. So I have 4 of the gold skeletals right now. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Alright, let's get out of here. I do like the attention of detail up here. There is some, there's a shield on the wall and some different spears that you never see anyone besides the castle guards use in the game. And even then, you never see them attack with them. Actually, no, you know what? There's some moblins later on that have some spears. So, I am now in the main market town. And there's just dogs everywhere. There's just dogs everywhere. So, if you get near a dog, it will start to follow you. And you actually get like a tiny pseudo subquest, if I remember correctly, that will get me a heart piece. Now, I'm not intending to do all of these, but I just remembered this one. If I'm correct that this is the right dog. Yep. Now, this lady was looking for her dog and didn't know where it was, so I brought him to her. And it got me a piece of heart. And if you collect 4 of those, you get a new heart container. New hearts means longer life. Longer life means no death. Death means don't play the game anymore. Hey, that's not good usually. Alright, so, and this is the scene of one of the guards later on might try to see. Or no, over here is. I might be wrong. It's a very one-off scene you don't see very often. So, this is Malin over here. Not Marin, but Malin. And she likes to sing. Hey, your clothes, they're different. You're not from around here, are you? That's a lot of dots. Oh, you're a fairy boy from the forest. My name is Malin. My dad owns Lon Lon Ranch. Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk, and he hasn't come back yet. Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk and hasn't come back yet. Okay, so, as I said before, in this main town here, as it is, time is not changing. But time isn't changing, it's staying night. So this is basically the state of this town right now. During the day, it'll be a lot of hustle and bustle, music will be different. These two will still be dancing or floating. It's kind of disturbing now that I look at it. And there won't be all these dogs. Now, I could go into other areas that might change the flow of time. This area does not, but might as well check this out. It's kind of an important place. Anyways, looks kind of like a church. It's not. It is the one and only, at least in this game, Temple of Time. Now, there's so many different things you can say about the Temple of Time, but the thing you will say right now is that we can't do much with it. Not right now, anyways. There are 3 hollows and an inscription here. He who owns 3 spiritual stones stand with the Ocarina of Time and play the Song of Time. That is how the inscription reads. Now, that's basically going to be our goal for the game. We already have one of those spiritual stones, the spiritual stone forest. And hey, look, you can kind of see through the wall there. I'm not going to be able to get in there, I know. I've never been good at these. But you can sneak past these places if you do it right. Just glitch the game. Anyways, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it right. So, sounds like we got to get 2 more of those stones, get that Ocarina of Time, and play Song of Time, whatever that means. But right now, we do not have that. We just have the 1 spiritual stone, but that will be our quest coming up. And what is this pedestal? That's interesting. There's a symbol on there, looks kind of like the sun or something. That'll be important later. Well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it is time to call it a day. We will be back another time to play some more Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but right now, I bid you adieu. I am TZM here on TZM. It's been great, and you all have a lovely day. Goodbye.